What's up, YouTube? Johnny here.
With True7.
And today we're going to do another archetype discussion, and this time it's about Archfiends. So, this archetype has been around since the early stages of Yu-Gi-Oh! When archetypes actually started becoming a thing. Actually, I think Vilepon was one of the first ones. That was very chess-oriented. Like Imprison, Queen, and yeah, Shadow Knight. So yeah, they're a very old archetype, and they're even up to date too with their newest releases of like, well, I mean, there's a subcategory. What was it? It was Hot Red Dragon Archfiends. I don't technically know if they count as Archfiends, but I think they could go in hand with them, right? True7?
I think since technically they have Archfiend in the name, so
yeah. So I don't know if they technically count towards them, but I mean they could. Who knows? They probably do. But anyways. So, yeah, it's about Archfiends and stuff, and they're a really old archetype, and they're still getting support, actually, with Archfiend Eccentric and everything, which is pretty cool. I was surprised about Archfiend Eccentric. You know, they added a pendulum card to the Archfiend archetype.
Well, that's good.
Right? So, yeah. So, True7, what is your opinion of the artwork? They're very dark and brooding, and they attract those people that like more so the darker themes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Is more so aimed at children, but I mean they are a cool archetype with their dark thing, and they seem eerily similar to a Dark Worlds.
I mean, they give more people to believe this game is for like Satan worshippers. So,
well, I mean, I guess, but I mean they're not. I mean they're underworld related. They're more so demons and stuff. Yeah. I mean that's what the OCG name is, demons. So. That's definitely something, you know, First Lord of Horror. Look at this. Archfiend Emperor, the First Lord of Horror. And if you look close, you can see him, like, on that seat with those two other guys down there. Very dark.
He's like a giant, though. Like, can you imagine?
Just imagine that.
Yeah, like, these guys are literally, like, 2 centimeters. They're like ants to me.
Right. Wonder who they are. That's probably, like, Archfiend.
No, they're, like, one of the older Archfiend guys. Like, Terror King and...
Terror King.
Other one. I can't remember the name.
So, yeah, so there's obviously a lot of cards in the archetype. In your opinion, what do you think are the good ones, True7?
Everything that's like 2010 and up, like all these, not these ones. Like,
the ones that have like. Wait, what about Pandemic? Pandemic would go and wait, was it Pandemic or what? Pandemonium. I'm sorry, Pandemonium would go make it to where you don't have to pay the costs for these guys.
Just be quiet because that's bad.
No, think about it. You go and use terraforming. Search for it, and then you go in normal summon to your guide, bring out a Deathstroke, Exceed, detach 2 for whatever reason, and then banish those 2, and then you could go and bring out a BLS, bam, 3k beater.
Are you
first turn?
Can you just be quiet? Cause hold up, roll a 3. Can you roll a 3? Let's see. Nope. Again.
Wait, no, look, these are the first stages where they have these effects to go and negate things.
Yeah,
this is one of the earliest
You
things.
have to roll one number out of 6. You have 1 in 6 chance. Oh, finally, I got it, look.
Now, plus, not to mention, they have Falling Down. They have their own archetype-specific Snatch Steal.
Yeah,
you know how good that is.
This is so stupid. Like, no archetype...
This is game-changing.
If it had Archfiend in the name and it was searchable, then yeah, this deck would be, like, 10 times better,
like
but...
Tier 2 or something
I don't know,
probably.
But, like, just... It could actually be really good.
And do you think they could actually make a deck that works hand in hand, like Archfiends and Red Dragon Archfiends? Do you think that's possible?
Maybe.
I don't know. I've never played Red Dragon Archfiends. I don't know.
That's like
Resonators. I never done.
That is way too many strategies into one deck. Like,
yeah, but it's cool though because since they don't care about their destruction, because if you combine them with with supply squads, it's really good because then they're not worried about being destroyed. Because some of their effects activate when they're destroyed, such as cavalry and Eris, and also trance.
The commander also.
Yeah, Trance could go work with it. So Trance, you have Trance, which destroys them, and you have a Dark Hole, which is good because they could work with Dark Hole, which is at 2 right now, and also TT, and those definitely help.
TT is at 1, just saying.
Well, I know TT's at 1, but
you
I mean like
Dark Hole's at 2, and so is TT.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean that.
1.
My fault. That's my fault.
So you are false and giving our viewers false information.
Shut up. Anyways, so they're really good, and also you could go and combine them since Archfiend Eris. You could go and use a Fiend Griefing with her.
I mean,
get her
yeah, since they're dark, they have some of the
they could
best,
be disrupting.
Yeah, since they're dark, they have some of the best support, like Dark Arm, Dark Law, Anki, and Allure of Darkness.
You can go mask change them. They have access to Dark Law,
and
which
Allure
is definitely
actually
a good thing.
went to 2. So
yeah, it's also good too.
So yeah, you
have extra draw
You
power.
should also run that if you're gonna make this deck.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. They have access to rank 4s. You could Rescue Rabbit into Soldier.
Don't use these unless you really just want to have fun.
You need them, unless you really want to go make some random deck and just have fun.
Yeah, like one's actually pretty good because you could just normal him and then he could just normal himself again because he's a Gemini. I don't know why they made him a Gemini.
I don't know. I think
he was more so for the red eyes, actually. Yeah,
it's red eyes.
My fault.
It's a red eyes card.
Look at it.
That's pretty cool though.
But yeah, he's actually works with the decks.
And I've never actually used him. I just picked him up just because he was a.
They can't see that.
Oh, my fault. Sorry.
Yeah.
Archfiend card. So yeah, they definitely have a wide variety of cards. So what do you think Archfiends have a chance to be competitive? Do you think they could possibly be competitive?
I mean, the only time when they're good is if they're like stealing their monsters. Oh yeah, they could use Tour Guide too. I forgot.
Yeah,
but when the Palabyrinth is out, and then they could just banish any fiend to bring out like a bunch of level 8s. They're big guys and.
They were restricted to only fiends.
Yeah, they could also go for like rank 8s. And
but if you have him out, he makes it to where only fiends could be special summoned. On your side of the field.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
but you do have other rank 8s. Like you do have access to a Necrofear. Where's Necrofear? You do have access to Necrofear, and if you can go and bring out another level 8, like what level is this Queen Archfiend? Queen Archfiend is a level 8 as well, which means
she has a stupid effect. Though.
I don't know.
I mean, she's a common like.
Yeah, so they do have access to like Felgrind or Heliopolis or other rank 8 cards.
The best rank 8s, basically.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool, because a lot of rank 8s aren't type-specific, which means you aren't restricted in that sense.
I mean, this card is pretty bad, though. It's focused on Pandemonium.
Yeah, but also it's pretty cool, because once you think about it, Monarchs don't really... Like, they have that card which restricts monsters from the extra deck being summoned, which means they are a good... Or, I don't know about good, but I mean, they are a decent matchup against Monarchs when it comes to... being matched up against them, you know, because I mean they're better off with whatchamacallit.
Yeah, they don't.
They're more other ones
yeah,
since they don't focus solely on extra deck. I mean, which is definitely good.
The best way to do this is like specialing these guys out again, like because he's a spot removal. I mean, I'm not dissing on the old cards. In fact, I actually kind of like the old cards. It's just that they can't keep up with like.
They've definitely been power creeped out.
Definitely,
it's
like
pretty crazy.
That's why I'm not telling people if you're gonna make this deck competitive, don't use the like old cards because
if you want to make it be competitive. But I mean, they're definitely more casual played in my sense. But I have played Archfiends before against competitive decks, and competitive decks are a lot faster. But the Archfiends have a surprise factor because people don't generally duel against them, you know. But they do receive support just like Blackwings, just as much as Blackwings probably.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. If like one of those banned cards that I think one that special summon every card from the banished zone, if that comes out to one,
they come out.
This deck would actually probably be a lot better.
I know, right?
I used that card against my friend when I was just like putting a random like banned card in my deck just to troll him. And then it actually, like, OTK'd him. Like,
that's actually pretty funny.
Because I banished, like, all the big guys out.
The Archfiends are banish-oriented, for those of you that don't know.
Well, it could be.
Or it could be, but, I mean, because, he banishes like crazy. And then you have Dark Necrofear, assuming you run her, which banishes. And Trance Archfiend is, like, one of the only ways you could get them out when it comes to, like, that type of stuff. I mean, he's, like, an Archfiend monster, so he's, like, really good in the deck.
Yeah. But,
so, do you think they have potential within the meta?
Like I said,
I mean, they get new support, which I mean, where is he? Here he is.
They hit
Skilled Red Magician. He's like,
no, this is true.
No, dude, he's like an Archfiend specific.
It doesn't. He's not even a fiend.
Skilled Dark Magician. So he brings out Archfiend monsters. I think it also works with Tangent with Red Dragon.
Just no, but like they like hit cards that like affected the deck. Like Tour Guide was a really good card.
That's like inadvertently hitting him.
Yeah.
I mean, this was like pretty crazy with Burning Abyss.
Well, yeah, but like
too crazy.
I mean,
first turn Dante, get out of here.
Yeah, like sure, like that is true. That is true, but still, like they could have not hit.
I think if they make support for like inadvertently helping Archfiends, I think that's their only chance of becoming a meta. Personally,
well, they did get their Pendulum card. I mean, if they
this is like their highest price card ever to be released for Archfiends.
Yeah, it was like $80 at first.
I know. I wonder if they're gonna make another Pendulum card for this deck.
Maybe, but that would kind of help it. But it can't even special summon the big guys. Like goes up to 7. I mean, I don't know why they put it up to 7.
I don't know. I think it's because they didn't want to make it too crazy. I don't know, because I mean,
True.
This could be thrown in with any other Pendulum deck.
That's true.
So what's your opinion and thoughts of the Archetype's playstyle? Like, what are your personal opinions and thoughts on them?
I mean, it's actually fun. I played the deck before. I mean, you play it, you should know.
You ran it with an Archfiend Red Eyes thing.
Well, yeah.
Red Eyes.
It was really
there.
stupid, I know, but it was fun. It could use, like, a lot of cool cards. It could just, like... It has very unique playstyles, and you could change it up.
Yeah, it's really cool because you can go and it's really flexible. I mean, they have a they have a large card pool like Cyber Archfiend. They have Giant. They even have cards that weren't meant for Archfiends, but were just classified under them for, like, example, Lesser Fiend and Axe of Despair.
Yeah, you could just, like, use the weirdest cards for the deck.
Yeah, I mean, they have Archfiend's Oath, Checkmate, Battle Scarred, Haybuster, and they have their own Call of the Haunted. Archfiend.
I mean, I think
personally, I choose. Yeah, I choose to go and use Call of the Haunted over Archfiend's Roar. Granted, this one's searchable, but I don't know. I just choose Call of the Haunted over Roar.
I mean, pay 500.
Yeah, and then you could go and add, like, crazy freaking big beaters like Darkness Neosphere. He's easy to get out. Okay, so what happens is that if one of your cards are being attacked and you have a Fiend monster on your side of the field, you could go and send to the graveyard one Fiend monster in your hand plus a Fiend monster you control, send him to the graveyard, and you can bring out this big guy. 4K attack and defense. Granted, he can't be destroyed by battle. He's vulnerable to card effects, but still, he's crazy.
I don't know why they do these with these types of cards. Like, why, if it can't be destroyed by battle, right? What could destroy a 4,000 beast?
I don't know. Well, actually, Raid Raptors are getting their own 4K guy, and Obelisk is Tormentor.
I mean, but I know, but, like,
think about it.
Why
like,
do they get those types of effects? There's not a lot of cards that's going to be running this over.
I don't know. It's like one of those useless effects that, I don't know, what if they, like, limiter removal? What if they tried to Cyber Dragon OTK?
Well, like, that's very rare. That's, again, it's like...
It's very situational.
Yeah.
But still, nonetheless, I think it's really cool that they go and that they have access to these things. And not to mention that you get her effect off if you go and send her from hand or field to grave for this guy. So that's, like, a really cool combination there. So, they were in the anime. Remember Titan from GX?
Yeah.
But he ran the old ones, like the chess-oriented cards. And somehow he managed to go and get those correct rolls and everything, which is pretty crazy.
I know, he got it off, like, so many times. Like, he only messed it up once, and it made him lose the duel.
The one time.
Like, roll a 3 or 6 or something like that. Oh, snap. I rolled
I mean, think about it. You have reroll. You have access to reroll. Come on, man.
Well, true. I think that's why they made that card, I bet. They're like, nah, not a lot of people are gonna, like, be rolling the exact numbers.
Alright, so what are good and bad cards with, like, what are their good and bad matchups? I'm sorry. What are their good and bad matchups?
Anything fast and could just, like, destroy, like, completely obliterate.
Destroy.
Anything that could outrun this deck, it would lose against.
Yeah, but I feel like their good matchups are with, like, if it had to be against meta decks, I'd probably say Monarchs, since they have a chance to break, and also they could go and do that. I mean, wait, no, think about it. You could go and have this deck run Storming Mirror Force, or I'm sorry, not Storming Mirror Force. I meant to go and say Monarch Stormforth to bring out Commander. And then what happens is that you can go and get Commander's effects, especially summon another level 6. And then you have an access, like, you have an instant, like, 25/25 right there. Or you could just go on Gauntlet Launcher for no freaking reason whatsoever, because you can.
You see, I mean, when are you actually going to get that off? I mean,
when you have a Monarch Stormforth? I mean, really, it could go and he could be an out to Cosmos. Like, you go and,
that's like
do that for
2
Cosmos.
exact cards you need in your hand in that exact
Okay,
card.
he's searchable, and then Monarch Stormforth you could run 3 of. So one of them searchable, and the other one could be just drawn in.
You just gotta be really lucky with this deck. I mean, you're probably gonna.
That argument could be used for any deck.
Well, true, but like most decks, I don't know, are just like completely ridiculous. Like Cosmos and the Mermails.
Cosmos and Mermails. Oh my god, I hate Mermails. But yeah, that's another story. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, I believe they have potential, assuming they get enough support and whatnot. But I think Konami's careful to go and do that, since they do know that this archetype is going to be getting support down the line, like Blackwings. So I think they're careful. That's why they're not making a meta immediately. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So yeah, comment down your thoughts in the comment section below, and also tell us what archetype you want to see us discuss about. And yeah, stay awesome, guys. See ya.